basement, let's talk about the closing. What we're gonna do with our closing, because that's something that is very important for us to get the keys. Ming, would you please give us some of the information about that? Can we
Yeah, of
still
course.
closing? How are we gonna close? How are we gonna give the monies to you guys?
So from the beginning, once you have a property under contract and then you have that EMD check, so you have the option of wiring the funds to us. That way you don't have to physically deliver the check. Or our company has a mobile app that you can install on your phone. It's called Zocam. And basically you just install it, set up a username, and they'll give you a security passcode. And you can actually, like online banking, deposit that check directly into our escrow account for all 3 states, Maryland, Virginia, and DC.
Is there a fee for that, Min?
Mhm.
Is there a fee for that, or is it free?
It's free.
Nice.
So actually, it's probably better if people use the SoCam app, because typically if you do a wire transfer, your bank will charge you money for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as for the settlement process, as of right now, our office is still closing a lot of transactions every week. Now, the way that these transactions are being closed is a little different from before because of COVID-19. And then we've tried our best to accommodate every different request situation to make the clients comfortable under their closing, because that is supposed to be a very happy, enjoyable day. So we want them to have the least amount of stress and concern. So right now we're typically either if we hold the closing at our office, our settlement agent will be wearing gloves, and masks will also be provided to the clients. And then everyone will get a pen to sign the paperwork, and they can take the pen with them once they leave. That way there aren't any kind of cross-contamination inside the office, and our office is being cleaned daily with sanitizing everyone's desk, conference room, and everything. And then also some of the clients are a little concerned on coming into the office for closing. So we've actually offered to do curbside closings where, you know, we send a closer to your home, even for purchases. And you can sit outside on your porch, your backyard, if it's a nice sunny day, and you can sign the documents there. And then we've even done box-in closing. So there's a lot of new terms now. So box-in closing is when the client is inside their home with the storm door window closed, and then our closer will get there, hand them the document with gloves, of course, and mask. And then as the client go through each page, sign everything, once it's completed, they'll pass the package out to our closer again, who will be outside reviewing and making sure everything's signed correctly. And that's probably one of the most protected closing. Now, as of right now, Maryland has approved RON closing, which is remote online notarization. And a lot of the lenders are working towards getting their back end to approve the whole process and set up the platform necessary. So we're working towards that already. And for state of Virginia, it's already been going on for the past 2 years. So we're able to do those closings with eNotary in Virginia right now. So Maryland, DC is going to be soon. And there's probably already 1 or 2 lenders that's already set up to do these remote online notary right now. So we're going to stay on top of it and try to stay ahead of all the new technology, new procedure. And if we can move everything virtually for closing, that would probably be the most convenient, where you can literally sit at home, sign all your paperwork, do a virtual closing, and you're done. So right now, a lot of people also have asked us whether or not we're still able to record all the deeds and file everything in the appropriate time, do the title searches timely. And the answer to that is yes. So right now, even though the courthouse is closed to the public, the courthouse is still open. You know, so we are still able to do all the search, pull any document from land record, and then once the file is closed, our office is able to electronically record in most of the county and jurisdiction. And as of right now, each county, they are all open, and there's still employees there working on filing, indexing everything that we submit online. So nothing is being delayed. And right now, anything to do with housing is essential. So from the way everything is going right now, everyone is still open, and everyone is still looking at houses, submitting contracts. I mean, it's pretty evident, because, you know, we're every week, once over the weekend, sometimes even throughout the weekdays, we're getting ratified contracts. You know, so people are actively out there buying houses still.
I think, oh my gosh.
Well, I have one question for Ming while Taring is popping in and out. Ming,
Sure.
someone mentioned to me that they might actually, the title companies might start doing powers of attorneys for the buyers or sellers so that you can sign for them. Or have you heard about that, or are you looking into that?
Yeah, so there are companies doing that right now. And I think for a lot of the lenders, they're willing to do power of attorney if it's a primary residential purchase. You know, for a lot of investment program or second home program, you know, they're still not allowing power of attorney to be used. You know, so typically, you know, we're if we get a certain situation with a request like that, you know, we'll try to see if there's different ways of, you know, giving the buyer the option of how the closing could be handled. And if they are very, very concerned about not having any kind of contact, you know, we'll be more than willing to consider that option as well.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was accidentally cut off. And back to my questions. I think I wanted to add one more thing is I encourage auto buyers these days to working with a lender or a title company who knows what to do during this pandemic period. Because a lot of a bank, they doesn't, you know, very updated to the current status. A lot of a bank, mortgage company, they don't do, they're greatly delayed their process. So then if you want your process going as smooth as possible, please go to the lender who knows what to do. You know, otherwise you will be in big trouble because of not everyone still working. You know, that's, you know, personal decision. We cannot blame them or something, you know, but then if you wanted to keep on top of it, everything needs to work with a experienced and up-to-date lenders. So please contact Tina or Ming for the further information if you guys needed any. So I want everybody having a smooth transaction as much as possible. All right.